Okay, so get this. Someone is out there claiming they built a car that runs completely on radio waves.
Oh, wow.
No gas, no charging.
Interesting.
Just radio waves, just ambient radio waves from the air.
Okay.
So naturally, we had to look into this.
Of course.
We've got a whole stack of articles and investigations and even physics breakdowns on Maxwell Chikumbutso.
Okay.
He's the Zimbabwean inventor behind this pretty bold claim.
Well, color me skeptical.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about harnessing one of the weakest forms of energy out there to power a car.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very energy-hungry thing, a car.
Absolutely.
This sounds like it's really pushing the boundaries of what we even understand about physics, you know?
And you already know that radio waves are all around us, right?
Right.
But did you know that they carry millions of times less energy than a car needs to move?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. To put it in perspective, a typical electric car needs about 50 kilowatts of power to run.
Okay.
Ambient radio waves, though, they only offer microwatts per square meter.
Microwatts per square meter.
That's like trying to power a city.
Wow.
Using a single Alibay battery.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder if this is like a genuine misunderstanding.
Right.
Or something a little more intentional. You know, there's kind of a historical pattern here, that sort of recipe for these free energy claims.
Oh, yeah.
You see lots of this fancy jargon, zero technical specifics.
Right.
And then just a touch of like, big corporations are suppressing this revolutionary technology.
Oh, yeah, that classic conspiracy theory angle, right?
Right.
But even setting aside the lack of scientific transparency here, the practical hurdles are just immense.
Right.
Think about wireless phone charging.
Right.
It only works over tiny distances.
Right.
With a direct power source.
Right.
So scaling that up to a car that's constantly drawing energy from weak, scattered radio waves, I mean, it just doesn't seem feasible.
It would be like trying to charge your phone with a potato battery.
Right.
You might get a flicker.
Right.
But you're not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere.
And, you know, this isn't even Chikumbutso's first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his first time making these kinds of claims. Remember that self-charging electric car from a few years back?
Oh, right, yeah.
With a perpetual motion electricity generator?
Didn't those kind of fall apart under scrutiny?
They sure did.
Yeah.
None of these inventions ever really materialized into, like, a working product.
Right.
A verifiable product.
Yeah.
And that actually brings us to, like, a crucial point.
Okay.
This radio wave car, it's not a new invention. It turns out it's actually a rebranded Chinese electric car.
Oh, wow.
The Kai X3 Pro.
So not exactly revolutionary technology.
Not really, no.
What about that external device he claimed was powering the car?
Well, you know, some internet sleuths, they dug into that.
Okay.
And it turns out it's just a commercially available portable power station.
Huh.
You know, the kind you buy online for camping?
Oh, okay.
It's definitely not powering a car.
Wow, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
Even the Zimbabwean government, they seem to initially endorse this invention.
Right.
They've quietly deleted their endorsements from social media.
It makes you wonder, what drives people to create and promote these kinds of inventions, even when the science just doesn't add up, you know?
Yeah. Is it like a genuine belief, a misunderstanding of how energy works?
Right.
Or is it something more like calculated?
It's hard to say.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And to understand that, I think we need to zoom out a bit.
Okay.
Look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
This isn't just about one inventor or one car, right?
Right.
This is about a recurring pattern that we see with these free energy claims.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick trip back in time.
Okay.
You familiar with Orpheus's wheel from the 18th century?
Yes, the infamous perpetual motion machine.
Right.
Supposedly defied the laws of physics.
Right.
Quite a story, actually. So it was like a large wheel designed to spin continuously, you know, without any external power source.
Right. Perpetual motion, yeah.
The inventor, Johann Bessler, claimed it could even do work like lifting weights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it sounds pretty impressive, but
yeah.
If it defied the laws of physics, I'm guessing there was a catch.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
There was indeed.
Okay.
While the wheel did appear to spin for days on end, nobody was ever allowed to fully examine the inner workings.
Okay.
Eventually, after years of speculation and controversy, it was revealed that the wheel was being driven by a hidden mechanism. Most likely a person concealed inside.
Oh, wow.
Turning a crank.
So smoke and mirrors instead of a scientific revolution.
Precisely, yeah. And, you know, that's something we see again and again with these free energy claims.
Right.
They really play on our desire for, like, limitless energy, right? A world where we're not constrained by the laws of physics or, you know, the limits of resources, really.
It's like this technological utopia.
Yeah.
Right? A dream of escaping the constraints of our current energy systems.
Right.
But, I mean, are all free energy proponents necessarily scammers? And, couldn't some genuinely believe in their inventions?
Yeah, that's the fascinating part. I think it's a spectrum, right?
Okay.
Some might be driven by a genuine, albeit like misguided belief.
Right.
They may have like a fundamental misunderstanding of scientific principles.
Right.
Or have fallen prey to like their own confirmation bias.
Oh, okay.
Selectively interpreting data to fit their preconceived notions.
So they see what they want to see.
Yeah.
Even if the evidence doesn't actually support it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there are those who might be, more opportunistic, recognizing the allure of free energy and maybe exploiting it for personal gain.
Yeah, like seeking investment or fame.
Fame, notoriety.
Notoriety, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that critical thinking is crucial.
Yeah, especially today, where information, accurate or not, spreads like wildfire, you know? So how do we, as like discerning consumers of information, how do we avoid falling for these technological traps?
One key is recognizing the tactics that are often employed in promoting these inventions. So be wary of like vague scientific-sounding jargon. Like microsonic energy or quantum harvesting. Without clear explanations of how these technologies even work.
So if it sounds like technobabble,
pretty much,
from a sci-fi movie, that's a red flag.
Definitely. Another tactic is appealing to emotion and distrust. So you frame the invention as being suppressed by powerful forces like, big oil for the government.
Oh, that's
it can be very persuasive to those already inclined towards conspiracy theory.
It taps into that us versus them mentality.
Exactly. Making people feel like they're in the know. Privy to a secret. That the establishment is trying to hide. And this can lead to like a dangerous erosion of trust in legitimate scientific institutions and experts.
No, that makes sense.
It's crucial to remember that real scientific breakthroughs, they're typically subject to like rigorous scrutiny, peer review, and independent verification. They don't rely on secrecy or appeals to emotion.
Okay, so how do we find that balance then? Between being open to new ideas and being appropriately skeptical.
It's a constant dance, isn't it? We need to nurture that spark of curiosity and wonder that drives innovation while simultaneously developing the critical thinking skills that are necessary to like evaluate claims and evidence objectively.
Like being a detective looking for clues and patterns, but, recognizing that not every mystery has a simple solution.
Exactly. And sometimes the most compelling mysteries are the ones that lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Even if they don't involve like revolutionary technology or hidden sources of energy.
Speaking of understanding ourselves, I'm curious about like the psychological aspects of this. What makes people so susceptible to these free energy claims,
Good question.
Is there something about the human psyche that makes us like crave easy solutions or believe in the impossible?
That's a question that has fascinated psychologists and sociologists for years. One theory is that it taps into like our innate desire for control and security. The idea of limitless energy promises a world free from scarcity, conflict, dependence on external forces. It's a very seductive vision, especially in a world facing like very complex energy challenges.
It's like the ultimate wish fulfillment, a way to bypass all the hard work and compromises often required to solve real-world problems.
Exactly. And in a way, it reflects like our yearning for transcendence, for breaking free from the limitations of our physical existence. The idea of tapping into a hidden source of energy, of bending the laws of physics to our will. It could be incredibly empowering.
It's almost like a form of technological magic, right?
Yeah.
It promises these solutions that seem to defy the limits of our current understanding.
Exactly, and that's where the danger lies.
Okay.
When we abandon critical thinking and embrace magical thinking, we become, vulnerable to manipulation and exploitation.
It's like handing over the keys to our rational minds and letting our emotions drive the car.
A car might say that's running on empty promises instead of radio waves.
Okay, I see what you did there. But seriously, this all raises like an important question.
Right.
What are the real-world consequences of these free energy claims?
Yeah.
It's one thing to like debunk a YouTube video, but are there broader societal impacts that we should be concerned about?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And those impacts go beyond just the disappointment of a debunked invention.
Right.
One significant concern is the erosion of trust in science and legitimate innovation.
Okay.
When people see these sensationalized claims debunked time and again, it can create like a sense of cynicism and skepticism toward any scientific breakthrough, no matter how well supported.
It's like the story of the boy who cried wolf after enough false alarms. People stop believing, even when there's a real threat.
Precisely. And this erosion of trust can have like a chilling effect on funding for genuine scientific research. Investors, both public and private, may become hesitant to support projects that even remotely resemble like debunked free energy schemes.
So the shadow of these false claims could actually hinder real progress?
Exactly.
Wow.
It creates a climate of fear and uncertainty, making it harder for legitimate innovators to secure funding and bring their ideas to fruition.
But beyond like the scientific community, there's also the potential for financial harm, to individuals who might be persuaded to invest in these schemes, believing they're backing like the next big technological revolution.
That's a very real concern.
Yeah.
We see countless cases where people often motivated by like a desire to be a part of something groundbreaking or simply hoping for a financial windfall have lost their savings by investing in free energy ventures that were ultimately revealed to be like scams or based on flawed science.
It's a heartbreaking reminder that critical thinking and financial literacy are essential skills in today's world.
Absolutely.
And it really underscores the need for responsible reporting and media literacy. The way these claims are presented in the media, especially in the age of social media, can have like a huge impact on public perception and understanding. So it's not just about like debunking the claims, but also about fostering a culture of critical thinking.
Promoting scientific literacy and encouraging responsible investment practices. It's about empowering people to navigate this complex world of information and innovation.
Okay, so we've explored like the history, the psychology, and the societal impact of these free energy claims. But what about like the future? How do we as individuals and as a society like separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak? And distinguish like genuine scientific breakthroughs from the noise of pseudoscience and hype?
That's the ultimate challenge, isn't it? And it's a challenge that we'll delve into in our final segment, exploring the tools and strategies we can all use to navigate this ever-evolving landscape of science, technology, information.
Welcome back. So we've been on this like winding road through the world of free energy inventions. And it seems like for every like intriguing concept, there's a healthy dose of skepticism required.
Yeah, it's a crucial skill in today's world, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we're just bombarded with information. And it's not always easy to figure out what's credible and what's not.
Right. So when you encounter a claim that seems like revolutionary, what do?
I always go back to the scientific method.
Okay.
Solid evidence, rigorous testing, independent verification. These are like the foundations of legitimate scientific progress.
It's not enough for someone to just claim they've cracked the code.
Right.
They need to show their work.
Exactly. Real breakthroughs. Yeah. They're usually presented to the scientific community.
Okay.
For like review, testing, and often replication.
Okay.
Think peer-reviewed journals, presentations at conferences, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Transparency is key.
Okay.
If someone's being secretive about their methods or data, that's a major red flag.
So a reluctance to share their work with the world could be a sign that something's not quite right.
Yeah, it's almost like they're afraid of having their claims tested.
Right.
Genuine innovators, they're generally eager to share their discoveries, to engage in, constructive debate and to contribute to the collective body of knowledge.
They want to push the boundaries of what's possible, but within the framework of established scientific principles.
Exactly.
Not trying to just rewrite the laws of physics.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Well, innovation often involves challenging existing paradigms.
Right.
It's crucial to distinguish between, pushing boundaries and outright defying fundamental laws that have been rigorously tested and confirmed.
Right. So while there's always room in new discoveries, and revisions to our understanding of the universe, claiming we invented a perpetual motion machine or a device that generates energy from nothing. Well, that's likely venturing into the realm of wishful thinking.
I think the key is understanding that the laws of physics, they're descriptive, not prescriptive.
Okay.
They describe how the universe works based on our current understanding.
Okay.
They don't limit what's possible in the future. New discoveries could lead to relations or refinements of these laws.
So it's not about shutting down innovative thinking, but about grounding it in a solid understanding of the principles that govern our physical world.
Right. It's like building a skyscraper.
Right.
You need a strong foundation to support any ambitious structure.
And beyond understanding the scientific method and the laws of physics, it's essential to consult with experts when evaluating extraordinary claims.
Absolutely. Scientists, engineers, researchers who've dedicated their lives to studying these areas, they can offer valuable insights and help separate fact from fiction.
It's about seeking out credible sources and recognizing that not all opinions are created equal.
Expertise matters.
Right.
Especially when you're dealing with complex scientific concepts.
And let's not forget the importance of being aware of our own biases.
Yeah.
We all have a tendency towards confirmation bias. Seeking out information that confirms our existing beliefs, even if
they're wrong.
Right. Even if those beliefs might be flawed. It's a human tendency to just see what we want to see, even if the evidence might suggest otherwise.
Exactly. So how do we guard against that?
Yeah.
It's about consciously challenging our assumptions.
Okay.
Being open to alternative viewpoints.
Right.
And being willing to change our minds. When presented with compelling evidence, it's about embracing intellectual humility.
Right.
And recognizing that we don't have all the answers.
It's about being curious, but also being critical, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and with just the sheer volume of information we encounter daily, especially online, developing strong media literacy skills is more crucial than ever.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
We need to be able to, critically evaluate sources, identify bias, and distinguish between, credible information and misinformation.
Right.
Not everything we read or see online is accurate or reliable.
It's like being a detective, in the digital age.
Exactly.
Sifting through the clues and the evidence, separating the truth from the, cleverly disguised fakes.
And just like a good detective, we need to be skeptical,
right,
but not cynical.
Right.
We should approach new information with a healthy dose of curiosity, a willingness to be surprised, but also with a critical eye and a commitment to evidence-based reasoning.
It's a balancing act, but it's one that's essential for navigating the 21st century.
Well said. It's about embracing the wonder of discovery, while remaining grounded in the principles of critical thinking and scientific literacy.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of free energy, what are some key takeaways for our listeners.
All right. Well, first and foremost, remember that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Right.
Don't be afraid to ask questions, demand proof, and seek out expert opinion.
And keep in mind that genuine scientific progress thrives on transparency, rigorous testing, and a willingness to share knowledge, right?
Exactly.
It's not about secrets, conspiracies, or shortcuts.
It's about building on a solid foundation of evidence and understanding.
Be wary of claims that appeal to emotion.
Yeah, emotion, distrust, or a desire for easy solutions.
Easy solutions, right?
Right. The universe is complex.
Yeah.
And the most significant breakthroughs often involve years, if not decades, of dedicated research and collaboration.
And perhaps most importantly, I think cultivates a healthy skepticism while nurturing your sense of wonder and curiosity.
Absolutely.
The world is full of fascinating mysteries.
It is.
Waiting to be explored.
Yeah.
And by embracing the principles of critical thinking and scientific literacy, we can all be a part of the journey of discovery.
Well said. Keep those critical thinking caps on.
Right.
And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to make the next genuine breakthrough.
And if you do, be sure to share it with us. We're always up for a good deep dive.
Always.
Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.